You're listening to the Epically Geeky Show, a place for all things geeky.
Welcome out to the Epically Geeky Show, episode number 36. I'm your host for the evening, Eugene Stevens. Tonight's opening question is, would you prefer the couch or the recliner, Cyrus Martin?
Well, Dave. What are we talking about? Like just for sitting on?
Just for you're watching movies, you're playing games. Which would you rather roll on, the couch or the recliner?
I don't know. Couch.
Really, you're more of a couch person?
I'm more of a couch person. I guess so. Yeah.
Okay.
You can spread out. You can do whatever. Somebody else could be there with you.
There you go.
Dave.
There's lots of possibilities.
Let's see here. Joining us again this week is Andrew Parker. Parker, couch or recliner?
I'm going to go with couch, simply because you added the whole playing video games, and I can't lay back. I have to, sit on the edge of my seat, to pwn noobs and whatnot. But,
Gotcha.
Yes.
And then if I want to relax, I can lay back, and since I'm a filthy animal, I put my feet on my coffee table, so I can just lay back and basically get a recliner.
You don't have a couch, though. I think you're thinking of your couch. You don't have a couch.
I have a love seat, which is just a small couch.
Yeah,
It's a large recliner, is what it is.
But it doesn't
Ooh,
recline.
there's a debate. There's a debate.
No, a love seat is a small couch. A recliner has a
Reclines.
arm that.
I mean, it's
yes.
in the name.
But some of them have that.
You're right. They do. Some of them have. We're not getting into this conversation, Laney.
Couch.
Couch or
That's my
recliner?
answer. Boom.
Couch, because I can sleep on it.
That's perfectly. There you go.
Yeah.
Chris, where do you come in on this?
Yeah.
I'm gonna stab you with something.
Stab him. I don't know. I don't know. I'm all distracted.
Sorry, it's my fault.
Jesus.
That's right.
I'll say a recliner because our couch that we have now is not very comfortable. So
Understandable.
I would say that.
Ray, couch or recliner, dude?
Recliner, especially one like an old leather glove, like where it gives you a big hug. It's Give me a recliner.
Big giant man chair.
Yeah.
There you go. Jay, couch or recliner?
Shit. I'd have to go couch, and I got to sit right at the edge. I got to be kind of close to the TV. I can't be real far back when I play.
Mm-hmm.
True that.
Well, you gotta remember Jay has small legs, and if he gets in the recliner, he may not be able to get back out of the recliner.
Oh no, I can just wobble. I'm real top heavy, and I'll go right out the front. It's no problem.
Just flip backwards.
Oh, man. Our special guest for the evening is Josh. Josh is actually the guy that joined us, walked in while we were having the episode at Geek Fest, and was awesome enough to join us to answer some questions. So, and we invited him back. So, couch or recliner, sir?
Oh, definitely couch, because if you are playing some sort of hardcore game, action-y, it's an intense moment. You really have to be on edge for that. Playing that, you can't be in a recliner all relaxed. You got to be up front and center, straight in front of the TV to play that game.
Gotcha. When I used to play games, I would definitely agree with that. Since I have not been much of a game player, I love the recliner that we have. It just, like, Christy naturally goes to the couch. I naturally go to the recliner. I love a recliner, and like Ray was saying, especially when you get one that's kind of like you've broken it in, it just fits you like a glove. Yeah, I've always been a recliner guy. So
the ass groove.
Stop it. Tonight's topic. This was actually one that Laney proposed, and it's we're calling it Geeky Aspirations. We're going to talk about things that now you may have already started researching some of this stuff. You may already kind of be into it, but we're talking about those things that those geeky things that we'd really like to learn more about, actually kind of get into. So I'm actually going to just start the topic off. The first one on my list is prop making / foam smithing. I mean, I've talked about this multiple times. I made the proton pack, and I made Laney's out of foam. But the more I'm looking into this, like I'm doing more and more research on it, and Really. And the more research that I'm doing on this, coming up with more and more ideas of things I want to do. Like I'll look at all these different weapons. There's this guy that I've started following on Instagram, and like he's making these foam weapons, and I'm just like, this dude is like stealing pages out of my playbook because he's made He-Man's sword. I'm trying to think some of the other things he's made, and I'm just thinking, man, these things will look badass hanging on my, in my office. So yeah, there's some weapons out there that I would love to make foam replicas out of, and it's just interesting to me. Like I said, I'm getting more and more into it. I'm doing the research. I haven't actually bought any of the tools to start yet. I'm still in kind of the research phase, but
I have a suggestion for you.
Okay, what's that?
Instead of hanging them up in the office or the bedroom or above the bed or in the bathroom or something, I think you should buy one of those like gun racks that goes in the back of your car.
Oh my God.
Swords and shit.
So I'm rolling around. I've got He-Man sword.
Yeah.
I've got the Eye of Thundera. I've got what else would I have there? Trying to think of some other epic
Final
sword. And have a copy of the Master Sword.
Final Fantasy Gunblade.
Oh yes, that would look epic actually. So
the giant sword from Voltron.
Oh yeah, that
From
would be cool.
Final Fantasy 7.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Cloud sword.
Cloud sword would be awesome too.
You'd have to mount that on like.
I was gonna say that's a roof rack.
You have to get like those kayak racks.
Can we go back for just a second? Foam smithing, is that a word?
That is a word.
Foam
Awesome.
smithing.
Foam
Yeah.
smithing. Yes, ma'am.
Foam.
You like
foam,
that word?
Foam. Shut up.
Yes.
How does that word make you feel?
It makes me feel angry.
That's an awesome. That's pretty funny. I like it.
So who would like to go next? Anyone else want to jump in there and?
I'll go.
All right, Si. What's something that you would like to learn more about?
I want to learn how to build tabletop arcade. I've looked at them online. I've looked at there's people that sell kits where you can just buy the pieces and put them together and make like a little arcade machine that kind of sits on your desk or sits on a table or something. But I want to learn how to do that basically completely myself, like from scratch or whatever. So I've looked at it quite a bit. I just, I don't really have I'm not really in a position to do it at the moment, but it's something I'm interested in. Because I think that'd be cool to have that kind of just sitting there.
Yeah,
Absolutely. Doing a main cabinet is still on my to-do list. So, why a tabletop version?
Well, for one, a maiden cabinet can take up a lot of space.
Yes, it can.
And I don't want it to be this big contraption. I want it to be something small that's fun that I could actually leave out like on the counter, like how like you walk into your apartment or whatever, and there's like the counter there. Just kind of have it sitting there for people that come over, put some bar stools out or whatever. Just something kind of fun.
That's your conversation piece.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So
Really ties the room together.
Something for people to do while you go and go to the bathroom or whatever.
I know somebody that's doing that.
Like you go.
I don't know how
you
he's
go to the
doing
bathroom,
it, but
they sit by themselves and they keep your company occupied while you're in the bathroom throwing up.
what?
yeah.
Oh wow.
All right, moving on.
Looking
I
for
mean,
your doors and stuff.
Lady, you know.
Yeah, I know. I know.
Okay, Lainey, what's something on your list that you'd like to? What's one of your geek aspirations?
One of my geeky aspirations is actually getting better at sewing.
Okay.
I know how to sew, like I know the basics of it, but I don't. And it's not that I'm bad at it either. I'm really, really out of practice. I never make anything, so I don't know. So that's something
Are you talking about like making your own clothes, like making a shirt?
I would love to be able to do that. I would love to be able to like make my own clothes. I would like to be better at altering clothes that I find.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd like to be better at like making costumes and stuff for cosplay.
There you
I
go.
just think that would be super awesome. So that's definitely an aspiration that I have. There's so much to it that like people don't know about, like being able to actually like use a pattern and like knowing how to work with different kinds of materials, and it's a whole other facet of geekdom that I just don't know a lot about. And I should, because my mom sews like crazy.
Hey, if it'll help you, I could send you a bunch of shirts I have that need the buttons sewed back on.
No, you can do that yourself.
Damn.
You and I had that conversation at Classic Game Fest. Walking around, and I could see, some of these costumes that were going on. Like, if it was the foam smithing, they were making armor and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I was able to look at it, and I was like, okay, I see how they were doing that and stuff. But when it came to just simply a cloth type costume, that just baffles me, because I'm like, how do you do that?
Well, that girl that we saw, Eugene, that had like the leather, like everything she made herself, that is insane. Like, working with that kind of material takes a lot of skill, and like you have to know what you're doing. And I don't know anything about that.
Yeah, she had like LED sewn into her like leather costume and stuff, and like it would glow and stuff. It was like really awesome.
By the way, Lainey, I just want to compliment you on choosing such a gender appropriate.
Shut the fuck up! You are not that far away. I will come over there.
I was gonna say she will drive over here.
Now.
That's hilarious.
I thought she was getting ready to say he's not that far away from being a woman.
Oh.
Hey, you go
That's not an insult. So.
Shut up, Jay.
It is when you're a man.
Yeah, it is.
Oh no, that's a.
All right, moving on, Mr. Parker. What's one of the ones on your list?
I would love to get into like robotics, just mostly for the sole reason to compete in Robot Wars.
Oh my God! Seriously, so you are hardcore.
Hold on. Did you not do that in high school?
I wasn't in the. No, we didn't have robotics.
Okay, never mind.
Because what spurred on this a little bit is because they, as y'all probably all know, that Robot Wars is now back on TV.
Yeah, it is.
After a 12-year hiatus. And they brought back the same house robots, Sir Kills-a-Lot, and the whole deal.
Sir Kills-a-Lot.
I like Junkyard Wars.
Yeah.
That was a good show too.
Yeah.
I like this one it's called Transformers. Have y'all seen that?
Yep.
Oh my God.
It's mainly animated.
I don't really watch animated stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, mine would definitely be robotics. I think that'd be really cool just to make a robot that kills or doesn't kill, but preferably kills.
Kills or doesn't kill, but
that'd be the
preferably.
preferable.
Yeah, I mean, if all else goes well, just make it, murdering. So.
Listen, it's up to you. No pressure. I'm not saying you have to kill people, but
you want to build a murder bot.
Yeah. This is kind of why I built you. I'm just saying.
Like, it's not the Terminator. It's the a coster.
The annoyer.
Robot, I am your father.
Cute.
Lord.
So yeah, that's my pick, sir.
Very good, very good. Chris, what is something on your geeky to-do list that you'd like to learn?
I would like to learn to make a pie. It's really simple.
Wow. What kind of pie?
Beautiful.
I love baking. I'm very good at it, but I get to make a decent pie, and I would like to learn more about how to make even more complicated recipes.
I will come to Canada.
Point the pie crust? Is that what you're trying to?
It's the crust. It's trying to get it right and the kind that I like, and just having more confidence in it.
Yeah, my grandmother said it took her forever to finally get her pie crust recipe down, and
it's got to be like perfect.
Nice. I don't even bother. I make
mine's already
pie.
there.
Oh, shut up.
Hey, I can actually bake pretty well. So
I believe that. I mean, you made an ass-busting pizza. What can't you do?
Literally.
that changed me forever.
Oh, but it did.
Wow.
Ray, what's something to do? What's something on your to-do list?
All right, so one that I've always wanted to be a pilot, and I thought a helicopter pilot would be really wicked, but it's way too expensive to try and get your pilot license, let alone own a pilot or own a helicopter or anything like that. So, drone racing, I would love.
Yes.
Oh,
yeah. Nice.
I think it would be amazing. It looks so awesome. And it's actually something that I would love to watch. Like, even just watching it online would be cool. So
there are very few, like, you know me, I'm not a sports guy at all, but like BattleBots, I can watch, I can get into it, I love it. That drone racing looks badass.
Yeah.
Especially from the first person view, that just looks insane.
Yep, slap a GoPro on there and you got a view of the entire world.
Just go
Well,
for it.
and that's what's cool about the new drone racing that they're doing is they're actually putting goggles on so that they can see the first-person view.
Yes, I saw that. Oh, that looks so cool.
It looks wicked. So that's my first one.
Isn't like the lead singer of Muse like super into drone racing?
I don't know, but I'm gonna look that up now.
And Park will be back in 5 minutes.
Yes.
Jay, what's the first thing on your Geeky Aspirations list?
Metalworking. You know, being
How so?
able to, you see a lot of these people, I can't remember the YouTube page, but he makes his own swords and weapons like out of video games and comics and cartoons.
Oh, that's-
Oh, I've seen that. Yeah.
and
Man of Arms.
Yeah, and then there's one guy I was watching, and he takes like screws and washers and nuts and bolts and makes like Predator action figures and aliens and just a whole bunch of sci-fi shit that looks very detailed and just. I mean,
That's an awesome one.
I mean, it's very awesome, but I can't draw fucking stick figures, so I mean, I could probably weld a whole bunch of shit together and make it look like a chunk of shit, but that's about it. But I'm just saying, it would be nice to have, you know, artistic ability and the ability to, you know,
Gotcha.
manipulate metal into what I want it to be.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's how.
Manipulate.
That's how
Would
we.
you stop? You're about to get stabbed.
Why are you so weird, Sai? Like,
Because he's sitting next to me for some reason.
I know. That's why I'm
Why
not
do you
there.
have to be so negative to me? I can't help who I am.
Jesus.
I was born this way.
God. Josh, what's on your list, man?
The first thing on my list is definitely I would really like to build a damn good gaming computer, gaming
Okay.
PC.
Nice.
It's fun. It's very rewarding.
It's a blast.
So I've heard. Seen a lot of videos on YouTube like, I really want to build this. Costs way too much money
Yeah.
to do, but I really want to do it.
Well, that's the good thing about building it yourself is that you can make a better computer for cheaper.
Yeah.
It's still really expensive to get all the high-end parts, though. I know.
Yeah.
I know the pain. It's
Right,
yeah.
Sai?
I have a history. I ruined the first one I tried to do.
Oh no.
Yeah, be careful with the screwdrivers.
Oh my god.
What did you do with the screwdriver? What did you do?
Oh,
He
What'd
put
you
it through the motherboard.
Oh no!
Why?
Why would you do that? That doesn't make any sense.
It slipped.
Motherboards are your friends.
Yeah,
I thought
that was the whole point.
I was putting together a computer. It was the motherboard. I kept thinking about my mother.
Oh,
Oh,
God. Seriously, you're killing me.
I was like, "You're not gonna tell me!" And then it went through the. No, that's not what happened.
That's pretty
Uh,
usual.
I
He
do
got
have
too
another-
excited.
On the Muse lead singer,
Yes,
he has invested in the Drone Racing League.
I knew it because wasn't that the title of their last album?
Drone Racing League?
No, Drone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and him and other
Drone
people
Racing
collectively
League's
have
cool,
put in
but-
$8 million. In
Yeah.
Muse.
See, I knew it.
Drones are also the
Wow.
male
Yeah.
bee.
So yeah.
Wow.
Thank you.
Little fun fact there. You're welcome.
My next one up on my list also goes along with the prop making, and that is Arduino programming. There's a specific site. My birthday is there in a couple of days, and when I get a little money, I'm going to buy at least one of the starter kits off of this website called Adafruit. I've watched some of the videos, they're how-to videos. I am not a programmer at all. I have tried to learn programming multiple times. It just does not seep into my head. But I can figure out complex if-or statements, which, I mean, that's basically programming, so I don't understand why it doesn't fit. Anyway.
That's half the battle.
Exactly. But like watching their stuff like on how to do these programming, it's literally like you're telling it what the startup action is, and then you're telling it what the next action is, and you're basically the next action is the continuous action, and you're literally assigning it. So if this chip has got 16 pins on it, you're telling it pin 3 is going to be an output, and it's going to basically go on/off every 30 seconds. And it's very simple code. And using that, I really think I could maybe treat, because it'll do sound, it'll work small mechanical drives and stuff. I'm hoping this is what I can use to end up building a ghost trap, because that's kind of the holy grail for Ghostbusters. I mean, you can build them, you can get the kits and stuff, but getting everything to work is a nightmare.
The hardest part is finding the ghosts.
That too. And then, but yeah,
All the ectoplasm.
Yeah, getting it to work, to open and close and make the sound and stuff, and doing it, somewhat on the cheap has kind of been a holy grail thing. And I'm like, from what the stuff I'm reading, I think I could do it. But I also want to look at, I've got the lights for our proton packs are a completely different system. It's cobbled together with a bunch of lights, and they're close to, it's a close representation of what it's supposed to do, but it's not exact. It's definitely not like, really close to the movies. And I'm thinking this is something I might be able to, like, instead of sinking $60 in one chip to run all the sound, I may be able to buy a $60 chip and actually have it do all of the lights and all of the sound and be much cleaner than what I've been doing. So, and I think one of the other reasons programming has just never sunk in is, there's always that, you have to program it, and then you kind of want to see what the output is immediately. And seeing that I'm actually programming something that will physically output something, I immediately get that out, that feedback of, okay, well, that worked, but not the way I wanted it to. So, and apparently my partner at work, she, does programming, like she is programming minded. So I'm hoping she can maybe help me out with that. But yeah, that's Arduino programming is on my to-do list. So
sounds like you could help me with the BattleBot.
Yes, absolutely. I'm basically looking at the miniature version. It's just expanding it to a much higher scale.
Right.
Our powers combine.
Yep.
That's the details, though.
All right, so what's next up on your list?
I want to buy one of those cool-ass telescopes for looking at planets and stuff.
Ooh, can I come over and do that too? That sounds fun.
Yeah. No.
Stop it.
We'll look at all kinds of globes.
All right, I'm done. Never mind. You ruined it. I hope you're happy.
I ruined everything. How long have you known me?
True fact.
Too long.
I know some of the newer telescopes. Of course, it depends on how much money you want to sink in. But you can pair it with your phone and stuff, and it will help you find stuff. And yeah, there's some cool shit you can do with telescopes.
Cool, yeah. See, I don't know anything about it. I like to do that sometimes, to just be like, this is interesting to me. I know nothing about it, so jump in.
Yeah.
And, like I bought that stereo. I bought this really nice surround sound system, Yamaha 5.1 HDMI, the whole shebang. And I never figured out how to use it. Like I plug it up and I'm like, this is too complicated. Like,
hey, if you still got that, do you want to get rid of it? Or?
I've already taken it off his hands.
Thanks a lot, Eugene.
Damn it.
So yeah, it's a really good system. He'll enjoy it. He'll figure out how to use it.
But I might have a Bose system coming up for sale that you might be interested in.
Whoa.
Hey.
So yeah, more about that later. So
yeah, telescope. It would be fun for looking at the moon, planets, stars, and other people that cross the street.
I knew you were going to go there.
Tom action.
Ew.
Is your leg broken and you stare at people?
I'm like, hey, how you doing, Lainey? Oh, I'm good. What are you doing? Oh,
You stop it.
Looks like you're having a good hamburger.
But I can still see you.
Oh, like
She's right. You would totally have a rear window thing. You'd be like,
"Oh, it looks like they're having some soup over there."
Yeah.
How old are you when you're doing that?
Shut up.
I know.
you instantly age 15 years when you do it. So, Lainey, what's next on your list?
You guys are gross. Stop it. My next one. Okay, I didn't actually know how to phrase this when I came up with it, so it literally on my list is just AV stuff. But I'm a big music nerd in general.
Audiophile.
Thank you.
What?
An audiophile.
Ew.
Stop it. Really? That's gross? I
Just
am an
keep going.
audiophile. I'm going to punch you straight in the nose. I'm definitely an audiophile for sure. And I think that it's kind of a waste that I'm as into music as I am, but I don't know a ton about just like sound systems in general. Like I have all of these really great records that are in great shape. I don't have a way to play them right now because
You know what you need to play records? They have this device that you can
I'm going to
buy.
punch you. I have a turntable, but it's older and it's really good quality. I won't buy one of the crappy new ones because I don't want to ruin my records. But I don't know a lot about hooking it up to like my current stereo system. It's just in general, I would really like to know more about that so that I can hook up my own system and have like a really badass music system to listen to my stuff on, across the board. So I think it's kind of asinine that I love music as much as I do, but I don't know enough about playing it to the point where I'm really getting enough out of it. You know what I mean?
I agree with you. I like the idea of having a record player. Like,
I have a record player.
No. I mean, but you know what I'm trying to say? Like, music on vinyl, and I like that idea.
Yeah, well, it's something that I've done my whole life. I remember my dad always used to have this incredible music collection, just of a lot of really rare vinyl, and just all of it was in really good condition. And that's how I started listening to a lot of that music. Was my dad taught me how to turn on the turntable and how to hook it up to the receiver and through the speakers and everything. And that's what I would do is I'd come home from school and I'd pick out a record I wanted to listen to and I'd put it on the turntable and I'd listen to it. I really enjoy listening to music that way. I think that some music actually sounds better on vinyl than it does on a CD or an MP3 file. But again, I'm not very good at this.
It's so weird that we had vinyl and then we went to that shitty ass tape.
Cassette tapes.
And then we had that forever. And then And then we went to CD and everything. Mm-hmm. And vinyl was really good. Vinyl
is actually a really great way to listen to music. I really like it, even with all like the cracks and the pops. I love that. I think it adds something to it.
There's a car that Chris's grandfather has, and the only option he couldn't find it's a 1957, and he tried to find it came with an option of a pull-out record player.
Stop.
No, he's serious. My dad's told me about this.
Yeah, so the only problem is you can't do it when you're driving, obviously. So
yeah, that would be insane.
Well, not if you're a loser. No,
get out of here.
Like they were trying to figure out. It was basically the first generation of non-skip technology. Like they were trying to figure out how to do that, and of course, later on we ran into that with CDs. But yeah, so yeah, the problem is convenience almost always trumps fidelity.
Yeah.
Because. Think about it. Most people don't really care if it's, 1080p HD. What's the easiest way that I can watch it? On my phone. Okay. Yeah. So.
Well, that's why tapes were so popular, or cassettes were so popular for so long, and the quality was almost a step back from vinyl, but you could carry your entire collection, and you could just keep it in your truck with you. Like that was.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I remember my dad telling me that he had like a crazy cassette collection simply because he had all this great stuff on vinyl, but if he had it on cassette, he could take it with him wherever he went and listen to it when he was at work and this and the other. So he was like, yeah, it was super shitty, but everybody did it. I was like, oh, well, that's lovely.
Either that or you didn't listen to music.
Exactly, and that's not an option for people like us.
Yeah.
Speaking of people like us, Parker, what's next on your list?
The next thing on my list is Dungeons and Dragons.
Yes.
Nice. As a person growing up in the world, I didn't realize that I was like a nerd until high school. So I'd never really had nerdy friends. So I never really had a lot of other people to like play stuff with. So I never got to play much of Dungeons and Dragons or
same here
like that. So I don't know. And then I don't really want to go to like the game houses and play with people I don't know. That's just super weird to me.
I've met some people within the last few months, and they've talked about roughly trying to maybe get together for a Dungeons and Dragons, like kind of an intro thing, and not make it super in depth, but we would still give you the full experience. So if we end up doing something like that, if we start planning something like that, I'll try to give you plenty of heads up so that maybe you can head up this way and join us for that. So because that's on my to-do list as well. Like, I've never actually played Dungeons and Dragons, and I'm just like, how can I have gotten this far in my life and never done this?
It takes forever.
Do a
I know.
pseudo thing online, like.
Yeah.
Like
But no, I want to do the whole. I want to do the whole.
The pieces and but who's gonna be the DM?
Well, that's the thing. I've met a young lady that said she wouldn't mind. She's been a DM and she wouldn't mind, doing a starter class for a bunch of people. So
what y'all need is like Dungeons and Dragons Light. Y'all need like.
No, I'm going full tits all the way in. Like, there's no.
That's about right.
Lights.
It takes hours.
That's fine. That's what I'm.
He's okay with that. Yeah.
I mean, I played Monopoly and Risk. Like, if it's 8 hours,
hardcore.
Oh wow!
You treat it like sex. You just go all the way in.
Yeah, why would you just the tip? That's annoying. So anyway, Dungeons and Dragons. That's my pick.
Nice.
Thanks.
Nerd.
Right.
All right, Chris. What's next up on your list?
Okay. So I was just when I was making up my list and stuff, I was having a hard time with it, and I was looking at our kind of bookcase that we have in our bedroom, and realized that I hadn't read any of those books. They're all still new. So my aspiration is to read all of the books we have that I haven't read yet before I buy any new ones.
Nice.
Yeah, so that's and it's a lot of books. But we have a lot of fantasy and paranormal stuff and Game of Thrones and stuff I haven't read yet. And I am going to try and read one of Ray's graphic novels. I'm going to try to do that. I don't.
1602.
I will send you one of my graphic novels.
No, what? Stop it.
1602 instead.
Those might be illegal in Canada.
Really?
Almost.
No, I think we're a little loose on that.
This novel's nothing but selfies.
Very cool. So, did you read the email that I sent out about the possible new show?
Yes,
idea?
I did.
Okay.
My problem is that I either it takes me forever to read a book, or I book in like 2 days.
Okay, just checking. Yeah, I was going to talk to everyone about that.
But yeah, I probably wouldn't trust a member.
I'm about to say, if your aspiration is to read books and if you're not reading an email, it might be.
Well, in your defense, my emails get pretty lengthy.
Like chapter 1.
Do I have some news?
Eugene's email in the beginning.
Really? But I'm not going to debate it.
Between him and Manon.
No, well, that's a different story. Like, yeah, that was some information right there. That was a.
He's good about that. Man's very thorough.
Very thorough, and I'm not going to fault him for that at all. So, Ray, what's next on your list?
Okay. Which one do I pick? I'm going to go with this one because it hasn't been talked about yet. So, steampunk. I am fascinated to think about what the world would be like if we were still using steam power for everything.
Wait. Are you talking about like cosplay or legit steampunk?
Like, legit steampunk is awesome. For people that have actually tried to figure out how things would actually work.
I have some. Have you ever heard of S.M. Sterling, the author? He has some books that are specifically talking about that, like alternative history, but if steampunk was still a thing. He has a book called Peshawar Lancers that's really, really good. It's based in India. I'm sorry, I'm on tangent.
I literally just saw this story on Facebook earlier. It was either this week or last week, and there's this town in New Zealand that basically most of the populace has decided they're going to be like the steampunk capital of the world, and like they've turned almost the entire town into a steampunk city.
What?
Oh my god.
Really? I'm not shitting you. And are you? It's in New Zealand, and like I'm looking at it, I'm just like, this looks badass. I would totally love to go visit this place.
Visit and then leave.
Well,
I don't know. See, the steampunk thing is interesting to me.
Yeah.
It's really interesting, and part of it for me is that even though I work on a nuclear plant, we're still using steam. That's what we use to turn the turbine, and we're actually creating, each reactor is creating the equivalent to 3 million horsepower of steam, which is insane.
Damn.
So,
No kidding.
yeah, it's pretty cool.
See, I'll have to send you the link to this. But yeah, when we were doing the live streaming at GeekFest, Cy was asking me questions about other cosplays I'd like to do, and I've seen a steampunk Ghostbuster, and I'm like, that would be so badass. So that's on my to-do list as well.
Yeah, you got to do that.
Yep. So, Jay, what's next on your list?
Hey, well, let's see. I've always wanted to not only write but illustrate my own comic.
Nice.
But once, we've already established I have no artistic ability, and anybody that was on our last site and show knows I have no ability when it comes to writing.
Bullshit, don't even.
So
I would read your stick figure comic.
it would have to be
here.
a stick figure comic, and it'd be written by a third grader. And
I work with second graders, so it's fine.
Hey, Cyanide and Happiness, right?
so
Super popular.
Yeah.
True enough.
You could do the whole thing with those selfies you were talking about.
Oh God.
a graphic novel for adults.
Yeah.
Maybe
Now, I guess that's my avenue into getting a book out. But
Still be doing stick figures.
Jeez.
that's not what you said when I sent you that selfie.
So you've
Done
always
with
wanted
all
to,
of you.
you've always wanted to do your own comic. Can I ask you? Have you thought about like ideas for the what it would be about?
No, not really.
A giant red dog that.
There's already series about that.
Sorry.
Damn it. So close.
What about
I
a purple
actually-
dinosaur?
I actually had whole ideas like put out during high school
There's
and
this
middle
cat.
school, but
There's this cat that wears this hat. All right.
No way.
Take it.
So what were your comics about?
fuck, I
what
can't
ideas?
remember. That was almost 20 years ago. Or it was 20 years ago. I can't.
Well, do you have any in your head right now that you've thought of?
No, not for a while. But
I
I'm
guess
too,
that's why you want to get back into it, right?
yeah, I'm too busy with kids, grandkids, all that shit.
Oh, that sucks.
Uh-oh, is that a confirmation of something or?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
Woo!
Whoa.
Are you publicly announcing something right now?
Publicly
Uh,
announced.
No, I'm not publicly announcing. This is pretty private. Not a lot of people listen.
Anyway,
Oh,
Congratulations.
fucking self burn. Love it.
Yes, thank you.
Love it.
Woo! Just on the whole comic book thing, Chris and I actually came up with a few ideas a while ago. Actually,
time ago.
back when the original show was still running. And it was the whole Lucifer and Fallen Angel stuff. I was going to illustrate it, and we just never got it off the ground. But it's fascinating that what you can get into with that whole thing. So Jay, I hope you keep going.
I honestly thought about collaborating with a buddy of mine that's a real good illustrator, and at one point writing like a small, I don't know, you couldn't even call it a comic, it'd be smaller than that, but just
It'd be like a one shot.
yeah, it's pretty much just stupid shit with the guys from the previous site, just like kind of blown out of proportions stupidness.
I think working on a indie comic book series would be pretty cool. I've always had a couple ideas here and there throughout my years.
Yeah, there's.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I've played around with ideas. Never really got anything down like solid or whatever. But yeah, it's a cool idea. It is a cool idea, Jay. So
For sure.
Support the independent artists.
yes.
I think you should just try it. You know what you can do? You can get these ink pads, and you take your thumb, you put them on the ink pads, right? And then you take your thumb and you can make characters out of it.
I love doing that.
Yeah, you can start that way.
See, here's the thing. I know you're saying that kind of jokingly, but I mean, look at something like the oatmeal. It's not like it's super.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be good.
It's
I
his
would
own
read that
style
fine
that
print
he
comic.
evolved.
I would love
I'm
it.
actually not joking.
Okay, I thought you
Yeah.
were. Sorry.
No, I would totally read that. I would be super into that because it would be weird and funny.
Yeah, as long as your writing is good, I mean that's.
Oh, it's terrible.
Brings everything to life. Well, maybe you should.
Hey, thumb number one, what are you doing?
Hey,
Did you order a pizza? Yes, I did.
no, I
comic.
didn't. End of comic.
If it's got good comedy, who cares what the art style is like?
This
South Park.
pizza is a sausage pizza.
No.
The end.
No
No.
sausage party.
Well, then Lainey shuts the book and she's gone.
Josh, what's next up on your list?
Well, I have quite a few gamer friends, so I would really like to get more into PC gaming. I really want to get into MMORPGs like WoW, LOL. So, I mean, I'm not really a big gamer. I'm more of a social console gamer. I got a couple games here and there. Minecraft is more what I play nearly every week. So I'd really like to get more into the Twitch MMORPG style gaming. I really want to see what the big hype is all about with all these giant MMORPG games that are out right now.
That's something that's always interested me. The only problem is I know it would eat my life, and unfortunately, I can't afford it to have that happen. So, because like I had to give up on freaking like just role playing games, like because we were talking about this earlier. I'm a completionist, like. During Final Fantasy VII, I freaking got Knights of the Round. That's the summon that kills Sephiroth in 2 hits. Takes forever to get, but I did it because, like I said, I'm a completionist, and I did get to a point in my life where I'm just literally like, I don't have time for this. Like, if I ever want to play anything else or do anything else in my life, I've got to stop this. So.
Have you ever watched Gerard on YouTube, the Completionist Show?
Yes.
I love his stuff. I love his work.
Yeah, he's done some interesting things. So, yeah, it's super in depth. It's like, wow, I didn't realize you could even do all that. So, yeah. So the next one on my list, Lainey. Actually, I put down 5 different things. I'm gonna skip the one which was actually sewing because Lainey brought it up. It's something that I've also found interesting. And I'm gonna go ahead and just jump down to the last one I had listing, and that is cake decorating. There's something about it, like we had a next door neighbor. She's very sweet. And then
Stop it.
And she didn't. I mean, she did some baking and stuff while she was here, but nothing like super fancy or anything. And then after her and her husband moved and they started having kids, she started making these cakes that like they look like they're the type of cakes you would pay like $100 or $200 for a child's birthday party. Like she made this one that looks like a pirate ship and it looks freaking awesome. She made one for her husband that looks like a giant hamburger, and I mean it's very cartoony the way it looks, but it's gorgeous. It's like everyone who was commenting on her post was like, you should be selling this. Like this is how you should be making money. And it's something that's always just intrigued me. I don't know why. So, eating or making them, Jay? Or both?
Well, both, pretty much. I mean,
yeah.
Why not both?
But no, I love like the cake war shows and all that shit, and just seeing how they come up with that and to make it. I mean,
there's an art.
That's just fucking. Yeah, it's definitely awesome and artistic and way out of my depth. I mean, I can ice a flat cake. That's about it. I mean.
Yeah, that's about where I am too right now.
I can't even do that well.
It's like
I love cooking shows.
That would look like shit.
All the aspirations you have, Jay, are like you're like I can never do any of this shit. I'm like, dude,
never watch cooking shows when you're hungry.
Right?
I could cook. I could actually cook and bake, but pretty well. But the artistic stuff, the actual drawing, painting, shit like that. No, I could. God, no. Like my buddy Russell said, he's a tattoo artist. He's like, you're art retarded. You're just
Thanks, buddy. Thanks.
Yeah, it's way out of your depth.
It's a good friend.
Oh yeah, he is a good friend.
Very honest.
Yeah.
No, don't rip my arm off. Yeah. So yeah, cake decorating is something I've always found interesting. So it's just, like I said, I don't know. I've done the grilling and stuff, and there's just something about that art form. Of course, here's my problem: is if I spent all that time making one of these cakes and it looked really awesome, I would like give everyone freaking stink eye who was like, when are we gonna cut it? I'd be like, fuck you, you are never touching this thing.
Never. It's all
took me
styrofoam.
12 hours to make. You are not eating this damn thing.
Well, it's just like the ice sculpting.
Oh god, yeah. That's insanity to me. I'm like, oh, you're gonna spend multiple hours working on something that's going to be gone in like a day. So
Well, it's that one guy they had on the newscast. I think he said he spent like 18 hours carving it and putting it in the cooler, keeping it from melting, and he was finishing up there on the news broadcast, and the guy came and put his hand on it and it knocked it over.
Oh my
God.
No.
But it's still good to eat.
I would take, if he was doing a chainsaw, I'd probably just like crank it up, be like, well, you're next.
Yeah, right.
All right, Sai, what's next up on your list?
Well, when we were talking earlier, I was having a hard time coming up with my three. The one that I had said before, I don't think I'm going to use. I'm going to go with a different one.
Okay.
Years ago, I used to have a remote control boat. I really like to have another remote control boat.
Nice.
I love.
Awesome.
I don't want a remote control car or a plane or anything. I like the boats. I like to be able to put them in the water and make them go around and do all that kind of stuff. All the wonderful things you can do with a boat.
Not a lot.
Not a lot.
Would well, Si, would you be interested in shooting other boats with your boat?
Yes.
Because if you are, that is a thing.
Yeah.
I would love that, actually.
Right? Yeah, you use like little airsoft guns,
Yep.
and the boats are made out of balsa wood, and you can fire and try to sink the other ship.
Oh my god,
Oh.
that's like the greatest thing ever.
Yeah, really
That sounds
fucking
fun.
That sounds really cool, actually.
Yeah.
Sounds like a great opportunity to use the phrase "you sunk my battleship."
yeah.
What would be great is if you had a boat like that and you went out where people didn't have boats like that
And just shot
and
him.
just attacked those boats. Yeah, and they'd be like, "Who the fuck is piloting that boat?"
Yeah, and then Sai would be like, yeah, do you see this shit? Dude, he's gonna come get my boat. Of course, the whole time he's just like aiming. He's got like a little target reticle on his remote. So I was gonna ask you what kind of boat, like sailboat, speedboat.
The one I had last time was kind of like a speedboat, but I would think a sailboat would be really cool, actually. And if it was a full-on like pirate ship, and it had the cannons, and I could shoot the other stuff, that'd be fantastic. Like you're talking about shoot the boats and stuff, but I would have to build in like a self-destruct button. So, like when I'm getting ready to leave, and I'm like, well, hope y'all figure out whose boat that is. Like blow it up. Like, oh, man.
Like all them corny cartoon villains. Oh, why did I build this destruct button?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I think that would be pretty fun.
That would be awesome.
That would be awesome. Like a mini towel ship. That's wicked.
Oh, yeah.
For sure.
All right, Lainey, what's next up on your list?
The next one on my list is comic books, just in general.
Fucking nerd.
I know.
So
Going OG here.
what do you
Kind of
think?
like
Like Archie or
No,
something?
no, kind of like
Veronica,
Parker
Betty.
said. I was kind of a late in life. I mean, I knew I've been a nerd my whole life. I just didn't realize it till a lot later on. I didn't come to terms with it till way later. And I've read comic books here and there growing up, but I really want to get more into it and buy more and read more and just know more about like the backstories of a lot of these franchises that I really, really love and a lot of these characters that I really, really love. So I want to get deeper into it, especially like in the DC universe, because I feel like there's just so much to be had from the comics.
So, Lainey, just a heads up, it can be really daunting if you're going to start out with that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There's a wicked YouTube video, or sorry, website called Comics Explained And the guy,
Oh, dude, he is awesome.
He mansplains everything really well.
Thanks. Ray wouldn't tell me to go watch somebody that mansplains somebody, so I'm not concerned.
Yeah.
he just does a really good job of explaining the whole backstory, and I've been watching him for a long time now.
See, this is
Well, thank
Batman.
you, Ray. I actually appreciate it. That's
This is
helpful.
Good.
Shut up.
because
Ray
the
would
movies
never
don't
tell
do a
me
good
something
job,
like
so-
that. Ray's like Jon Snow. He would never do something.
Oh.
How about that?
I got your back, Amy. We're good.
Yeah.
They call him the Flash because he goes fast.
So are you
No
sold?
shit.
Are you 100% sold on physical media, or because I was going to say you can get you could download Comixology and they have these master awesome sales that you could pick up lots of comic books.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm down to do that. That
I
sounds
don't,
cool.
I don't like digital comic books.
I don't know. There's just a little of artwork and stuff too that I really like, and I don't know. It's just something that I feel like would be beneficial to me overall.
Yeah, I guess this would be a good question. Digital or physical media?
Yeah,
This is a good
Physical.
question.
physical.
The physical,
Yeah,
I
definitely,
prefer having the physical in my hand, but if rarity is a thing, it's okay, we'll just pull it up on the
Oh,
iPad.
well, see, that's a different point. If you're talking about buying classic old comic books,
Right.
then the digital makes more sense, unless you get a deal somehow. But for newer stuff that's not hard to find, I mean, I prefer holding the comic book and caressing the pages.
Okay, go on.
Oh,
Anyway.
God. But no, anyway. But yeah,
All right,
even
Parker. Oh, go on. Sorry.
but yeah, even in the last year or so, Disney's even put out some really cool stuff. They kind of went back to producing comic books, and they've done some based on attractions and characters that I really love. So I don't know. I just think it would be cool.
Well,
So,
they own Star Wars, and the Star Wars comics.
they
are pretty
do.
good.
I'm actually not talking about those, but yes, you are correct.
I love their
Just
Vader
copies
Down
of the-
series.
Well, they literally
First ones.
Yeah, they literally did a series on a Parks character that I love. I won't go into it. His name's Figment. He's the little purple dragon from the Journey to Imagination ride at the Imagination Pavilion at Epcot.
No, just fine.
No one knows who that is. Yeah, it's
I
fine.
do.
You do? Yeah, you do.
Dude, yeah.
Everyone
Yeah,
knows
because I
Figment.
made Parker go on it. So
I got so tired of watching the Epcot stuff.
shut up.
Parker, what's next on your list?
The next thing on my list is someone already kind of said, but just blacksmithing. I think is super
Nice.
super dope, and I think I would like to do that. I want to make stuff. There's a really cool art form / badassness. I don't know. Yeah, I just want to make. I just want to make hey, I want a sword. Okay, well I'll just make one real quick. Whatever. Or I need something made of metal. I'll just make it real quick. I think.
I got an idea for you, Parker.
What you got, buddy?
You can do YouTube videos, blacksmithing, but have you ever blacksmithed on weed?
Really?
Oh, God.
I don't think that's a good idea.
That actually sounds.
YouTube won't do that anymore.
Well, you can't call
Yeah,
it.
we want to monetize your
Yeah.
video.
You just have to refer to it as something else.
I call it greensmithing.
Greensmith.
There you go.
I love it.
But yeah, I think blacksmithing is very, very cool, and that is actually that's my last thing I have. I only had 3 because I already know everything else, so I don't need.
Oh, damn.
There you go.
Damn.
Mic
He knows
dropped.
all the
Gee.
stuff.
No, I agree with you. Who was it that brought up the metalwork? Oh, Jay brought up the metalworking. Yeah, blacksmithing, metalworking. That's all super interesting to me.
Yeah,
It's
absolutely.
but it's honestly one of the reasons I'm getting into the foam smithing, because it's well, I don't have to have this expensive equipment and whatever. But yeah, so it's
Less chance
still
of you hurting yourself.
exactly.
I just don't like the
Setting
work.
fire.
I just don't like the working part of it.
No,
I
Well-
understand.
really.
So just black, is that it?
Metal,
Just black.
Foam.
foam.
Just foam.
Yeah, foam.
So what do you do with it? I just foam.
Yeah.
Just play with it.
Foam. That's it.
Chris,
There's the foam.
what's next on your list?
Okay, This is my this one as well. I am going to be turning 35 in a couple of months.
Yeah, you are.
Ooh, damn.
Wow.
Yep. I'm almost.
The whistle.
How old?
I'll be 35 soon.
Holy fuck, that's old.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Whoa.
It is, Grandpa. It is.
It is.
Yes, I know.
It is about twice as old as Laney, right?
And I'm 36, so it's okay.
Yeah.
Not even close.
That's alright. He doesn't know how to math.
Anyway,
Yeah.
I stopped exercising. I stopped about 2 years ago because I injured myself. So I've taken some time off, and I just didn't go back. The gym was too expensive. We're doing too many renos, so we decided the gym wasn't priority. And since then, I felt like I've let myself go a little bit. But since we're not going back to the gym, I want to get into yoga and
You should.
ride
Oh
into
my God.
those. That's my goal right now, and just try to be healthier, because I know the older I get, the harder it's going to be. And
I will
yeah.
come. I will come train you.
Can I ask a
No,
personal?
I will come and help her with yoga. You get to do nothing.
Can I ask a personal question of Ray for just a second?
By all means, sir.
Hey Ray, you're happy with that right now, right? What?
I love her the way she is.
This is what I'm trying to say.
That's
Women,
that's
chill
the right
out.
hand. That's the
Hey,
no,
hand.
but this is for me. It has nothing to do with that. And I love the meditative aspect of yoga, because it's been a rough summer for me in terms of my anxiety and depression, and I've got out of meditating, and I know how helpful it is. I got to get back into it, and
As long as what you're doing is not based on self-image problems.
No. It's for me. I feel like I was so strong when I was working out, and I was really proud of the progress I was making, and then I went and
Okay, because I have news for you. Guys actually like chicks that are a little.
Oh my God.
a
Don't
little-
Yes.
even. No, don't
You know-
do the whole, because it has literally nothing to do with that.
No, it does.
Yeah, it
Laney,
does.
No, I'm not
you are
trying-
part of the. What is it?
No, there's nothing to
You
do
lost the
with
word, and I'm not helping you. I'm not throwing you a
Gross.
life raft at
Gross.
all.
Gross.
Yeah.
Anyway, Chris, I 100% agree with you. That was something that I started doing a lot last year to deal with some of my mental health stuff, and it made a huge difference. There's something about like being confident and like knowing what your body is capable of.
Yes, and that's what it is. It's
Yeah.
about feeling strong again. It is nothing to
Yeah.
do with the size I am or how much I
Well,
weigh.
what do you think I used to do is train people in the gym? It wasn't yoga, but I trained people.
Yeah.
My body is capable of eating a lot of tacos.
Mine too, but I can also
And
do
drinking
some
a lot of
badass
beer.
yoga.
Ray, what's your next one on your list?
Well, my next one was blacksmithing, but that's been talked about.
No,
Okay.
you can.
Huh,
Hey.
everybody's copying.
You
There-
guys can blacksmith with each other. That would be so cute.
Yeah.
What's wrong with whitesmithing?
That's stupid.
Why,
no,
why gotta be the blacksmith?
Isn't that ice carving?
That's aluminum. It's a real bitch to weld too.
Okay, yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is.
So,
People weld aluminum?
What?
Do people weld aluminum?
Yes, it's hard as fuck.
You
Okay.
have to. I mean,
one of the
anything
hardest
that's
things you can do.
aluminum's probably been welded together. Yeah, that's called silversmithing or whitesmithing. Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, Ray. Continue.
That's okay. So there's an actual blades course up here that they teach you how to make blades and stuff, and I'm looking into that one. But the one that I'll talk about instead is music. I play a little bit of guitar. I have a Canadian instrument called a Seagull Merlin, which is a pretty cool. It's like a strum stick. I have just ordered a cajon, which is a drum box.
Cajon.
Yep. And so it's been too long. I would like to get back into piano. I actually want to look into recording and learning singing technique and all that stuff. So
Ray has a very good singing voice.
that's what you.
Really?
Dude.
Ooh,
You have to
yeah.
sing some,
Hey.
you have to do our intro song. We have to do
Guys,
our-
let's get a band together.
Yeah.
A cajon. It sounds like you only got one nut.
Yeah.
It does sound like you only got one.
You couldn't order both cajones.
That's what you could call your band. One nut.
And it's just me.
Yeah.
It's a solo act. That would be awesome,
Just a
actually.
one-man band. Oh my god.
That's pretty good.
All right, I'm writing that down.
All right, so let me get this straight. You do repairs, you do woodworking, you do painting, and apparently you're musically inclined.
Yes, he is.
Guys, Ray's so cool.
What
Yes, he
doesn't
is.
the man have?
Yeah.
Really?
We don't like y'all.
I do.
love you all. No, we love you. We love you.
Ray's a Renaissance man.
Obviously.
Oh, yeah.
And a lumberjack, and an animal hunter.
And a stove repairman, apparently. So
I got something you're crap at. Oh, you're a terrible bowler.
I am a terrible
You're
bowler.
horrible at bowling.
I'm like the worst bowler in the world.
Yes,
Parker can make you a good bowler. He's really good. He made me good.
Every superhero has a weakness.
Mine's bowling.
the Joker just has to figure out how to beat you at bowling. It's like, damn it.
Not bowling.
Yeah. All right, Jay. What's on your list? We're getting pretty close to the end here. So what's one last one on your list?
Well, I got two. I'll go through both real quick.
All right. Breaking the rules, Jesus.
Yeah, I do that a lot. I would like to learn how to do like the glass blowing.
Oh yes.
Oh, that's super cool.
I mean, yeah, love it.
Stop it.
Oh, hot. But no, just watching. I was watching them make like these glass faces and dragons and all this other shit. It's just
Crazy.
It's just one of those other things that's amazing to watch and just what
Yes.
it takes to do. And it's one of those things I would never, I don't think I'd be able to ever do, but it's just amazing to watch. And then the other one I know I could do is just, getting really good at home brewing.
Ooh, very good.
I was really surprised
That
no one
is
was going to bring
somewhat
that up beforehand.
It's because Parker's already good at it.
I mean, my beer's drinkable. Yeah, I guess
It's
it's
super good.
I haven't killed anyone, so
use your eyesight.
step one.
Yeah, no, homebrewing is very, very cool. I would highly recommend it.
It's fun. It's super fun. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
I
need
can
to
see you
drink
doing
it.
that, Jay.
Yeah, it's something I've been wanting to do. I got a couple friends that do it quite a bit that have.
Well, yeah, you used to work at a prison, right?
Yeah.
Probably
Oh
familiar with
God,
that.
that stuff was so
That's more
strong.
wine than anything else.
Yeah.
Uppity crowd over there.
Wow, racist.
Wow.
What? All right, so
Okay.
and oh god, Josh, what's one of the last ones on your list?
Well, I got a couple. But I really want to start an a cappella music channel as well. Yeah, I really enjoy a cappella groups. I really like to try and
You mean like barbershop quartets and stuff like that?
No, like Andy on The Office.
No, like a, well, yeah, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
like Pitch Perfect, the movie.
No.
Kind of
What
like
about
that.
Pitch Perfect 2?
Da Vinci's
Yeah.
Notebook.
I don't
I
know.
guess, did you like Glee? Like, I guess the first season.
No, yeah, I was gonna say that's just the first season.
I've actually never seen Glee.
The
Good.
first season's
Nope.
good. I would watch that.
But yeah, I want to start a cappella music channel as well as invest in a ramen noodle shop and go to Canada and eat poutine.
It's poutine.
It's poutine.
Poutine.
I want to go up
I
there
didn't
and
mean to be an
venomous
accent.
ducks.
We have a friend that would absolutely correct you on that. Sorry.
Yeah,
She's corrected
French.
on us. So.
She's French.
Oh, well,
Oh, one of those.
yeah. Can you
What a
really
French
trust her at
person.
all?
I would call them the uppity crowd, but apparently I'm racist.
We've known that for a while.
French bitch.
Okay.
Parker, you're supposed to be my bro, man. Come on.
I am. Telling you straight.
Gross.
You want a wingman or what?
Gross.
All right. Well, does anyone have any other things they want to throw in there? The only other one I had on my list was console repair. And when I say console repair, like it's more so like Cy has on last week's show he was talking about some different channels that he watches, and I subscribe to a couple of them. And watching some of these guys do these modifications on these old consoles, like adding HDMI ports and stuff to a Nintendo, is just like it's so awesome to watch. And I'm just like, I think I could do the work. It's just, do I really want to spend the money on the parts? Because I mean, the part itself is like $150. I'm like, damn,
Yeah.
like that's
It's not cheap.
it's an investment. But I mean, it would be a hell of an output.
Or you could just wait till the end of the year and buy a mini NES.
True, but I mean, yeah, the fact that you'd actually be able to like play all of your old games instead of just the 30. Granted, I'm still planning on buying that fucking thing because it looks awesome as hell. So.
Oh hell yeah! Fits in your pocket.
Yeah. So.
Pretty cool.
That's what she said. Anyone else want to throw any other ones out there?
Yeah, I've got one.
All right, what you got, Lane?
What do you got?
This is something Stop it. This is something I already know how to do. I just want to get better at it and practice more. But I want to get better at playing Magic.
Ooh.
Yes, and I've still never
Nice.
played Magic, so sometime or another you have to, teach
Like
me.
David Copperfield or David Blaine.
Absolutely not. The literal opposite.
Magic the Gathering.
Yeah, I like to. Parker taught me how to play Magic the Gathering a couple years ago.
Shut
up.
Jim.
He taught me how to play a couple of years ago, and I really like it.
That's how he got in.
I want to get better at it so I can like continue.
Damn, Parker got moves over there. Like, hey, baby, let me show you some Magic the Gathering.
Yeah, that got him a lot of ass in high school, didn't it?
Let me show you how we gather up these cards.
Really? All right.
Let me show you how to do the magic.
All right. Does anyone have anything else they would like to throw out there? All right. I guess we'll call it for tonight.
I love you guys. How about that?
What?
You're the best.
I thought I was racist.
You are.
Yeah.
I'm gross
I
too.
still love you.
Hey, come on. What the hell? Sheesh, the hate.
Let's move to our picks and pans for the week. I actually didn't realize I didn't really have a pick for the week until today. We were trying to figure out something to do while the boys were taking a nap, so we have a Free Stars preview, and Ant-Man was on there, so we ended up watching it, and because Cy and Christy had not seen it, and Christy was like, damn it, why am I getting sucked into this movie? I'm like, because it's flipping awesome is why you're getting sucked into this movie. Yeah, I'd only ever seen it once in the theater. Of course, I loved it there, and I loved watching it again. Yeah, I'm sold. At this point, whatever Marvel brings out, I'm down for. Talking raccoons, guy who shrinks to talks and commands ants, whatever. I'm down. So
Marvel has not made a bad movie.
Well,
yet.
Iron Man 3.
no, I would say Iron Man 3 was not great, but I wouldn't say it was bad.
Yeah.
Howard the Duck.
We never saw it coming. Iron Man 3?
Yeah.
Never mind.
All right. Yeah, I only saw it once. Anyway, so that was my pick for the week. Sai, you got a pick or pan for the week?
I think my pan for the week is going to be the reveal of the PlayStation 4 Pro.
Yes.
What a piece of shit console.
Yes.
And we've all been hoodwinked into this idea that we have to upgrade our game console and spend more money on that for a little bit better graphics. That's still not as good as the PC version, but a little bit better version of a console that we already have. So this whole thing that's happening now with Microsoft and Sony and everything, this is the end of an era of consoles, and I do not like it. It's really aggravating. So that's my pan.
Good pan. Lainey, pick or pan for the week?
My pick is actually is going to be the ectoplasm that Eugene taught me how to make, because I got to use it for a super cool science lab with my
Yes, you
kiddos,
did.
and it was awesome. They loved it, and they learned a ton, and they totally thought like tiny little adults, and I was very, very proud. So,
Hey, if you could describe what that is exactly, the ectoplasm.
ectoplasm.
What is ectoplasm?
It is slime, essentially. It's like it's slime with like a little bit of a heavier, I guess, consistency.
Is this like from a movie, or what is this?
Shut up.
Ghost jizz.
How does
What
it
about-
feel in your
What?
hand?
I teach second grade. It was not jizz, you
Is
sicko.
it warm?
No, it's not. It's cold.
Yes.
Because it comes from dead people.
Oh my god, I'm
Ghost jizz.
done.
Oh my
Done
god,
with you.
that's gross.
All right.
Stop it.
Necrophilia.
No,
Lainey,
I did a very cool thing with my kiddos, and they learned a lot. You're not going to ruin it with your dirtiness, okay?
You're right, Lainey. These people are gross. I'm on your side.
Fucking weirdos.
Hate all of you.
Parker, do you have a pick or pan for the week?
I do. I have a pan. My pan is the giant brass balls of audacity
Ooh.
that the new iPhone doesn't have the 3.5mm headphone jack.
Who gives a fuck?
I do, because that's
It's-
all I really use this stupid phone for.
And they have even more audacity to sell you separately for over $100 earbuds that are wireless. And it's like, I don't know, it just seems so backwards because
Well, you don't have to buy them.
no,
Yeah,
well, I mean,
but if
I
I want
won't
to use
either
this
because
kind of
I don't have that anyway. But
How dare they have wireless?
it's either that or it'll be the biggest. Is someone in a windstorm?
Yes, Jay, are you in a wind tunnel? What's going on, dude?
Jay,
Yes, I
tell us.
am.
Where are you?
Mute your damn mic.
Tell us how does the hurricane look from where you're? Oh shit! I hear the sirens in the background. We get to cover, Jay. Be safe.
Yeah, right. But
So
yeah,
you were saying.
my pan is not having the 3.5mm jack. That's just I think that's asinine, and we can archive this 10 years down the road. It'll either be the best idea they ever had or the worst idea they ever had. So maybe I'll eat my words in 10 years.
I'm genuinely
highly
concerned.
doubt it.
I'm not happy about it. My biggest thing is I do not like those horseshoe necklace things with the Bluetooth thing that
Those look
everyone wears.
stupid.
Yes, they look stupid. I refuse to wear one of those. But
You all look dumb when you wear those.
But I mean, going Bluetooth wouldn't be so bad. But yeah, the headsets they're talking about selling. When I saw it, and I immediately said, "Wow, those are going to get lost in like 5 minutes."
Yeah, okay, it's
So-
like, and then I saw someone was making a post, and they're like, man, you know it'd be kind of cool if they would, like, attach the headphones to the phone somehow, and then maybe run the power through that same cord so you don't lose them. And it's like, yeah, they already invented that shit. It's called fucking wired headphones. I don't know. I think that's really stupid of them, but, you know, I'm not a Apple fanboy, so.
We'll see how it pans out.
Whoa!
Sorry about that, Chris. What's your pick or pan for the week?
Don't be sorry about that.
I have a couple of picks. Last weekend we went to Fan Expo. And
Woo!
it was amazing
Yep.
and fun, and it's just really cool how the kids are just as big geeks as Ray and I are, and they get excited about all this stuff. Like Quinny went nuts when we went to the video games, all the different Ubisoft and
PlayStation
and Xbox, and they demoed all these new games, and he just thought that was great. And then it's back to school for our kids. This week was their first week back, and they did really well. There was no complaining. No, I don't want to go back. They love their teachers, love their class. Happy that they had the same bus driver. And then Ray fixed my oven yesterday.
Woo!
Great.
One that he broke?
Yeah, the lower element.
I didn't break this one this
No,
time.
it
Yeah,
just,
that was my first comment. Was like, did you drop bananas on it again, or?
No.
it has a
No.
in the bottom of it, and it made this weird sound in a pop like about a month ago.
And I was at work, so no, it was not me.
Yeah, it was not you. And since then, every time I've gone to bake, it's baked everything all wrong. And so, anyways, he fixed it, and then I made him white chocolate macadamia nut cookies.
And they were doing
Aw.
There you go.
When you posted the picture of you eating them, I was like, good deal.
very good.
All of us were very jealous.
Yes.
Oh man, look at that cookie!
It's a good
Like
cookie.
zooming in on the cookie, like trying to give it
That's you.
this. I thought about sending a text like, "Hey, can you send some more pics of the cookie?"
Is a cookie single, or what are we?
Is the cookies thing?
I want to break that picture out once in a while. You know what I'm saying?
Oh God. Ray, what is your pick or pan for the week?
So my pick and pan are all the same one here in a roundabout way. So my pick is Fan Expo. It was a blast. We got Stanley's autograph. We met a bunch of people from Doctor Who, Super Mario. The guy that voices him. We got to meet him. Tons of people. Tons of awesome costumes. One of them was a family that was Mad Max. So
Mad Max.
Fury Road, Mad Max, and
Nice.
each one of them was a different individual character. They did awesome. So,
Yeah.
But the pan part of it in this whole thing was, while standing in line waiting for Stan Lee, we were with a few people, fanboys, I think you can call them, and they were teenagers, and they were all, complaining about how long it took and all that stuff, which is fine. One of them was really excited because he had a 1960s comic book. And the other one got really excited and pulled it out of his hands and ripped it in front of him.
Oh my god!
It was just the whole horror of that scene was like, oh man. So yeah, that's my pick.
Oh my god!
What?
Rip. Damn.
Oh yeah, they totally tore the front page where Stan Lee was going to sign, and just
Well, that's a friendship breaker right there.
And he didn't whoop his ass.
No, he didn't. It was a stranger, right? They were friends.
I wouldn't give a shit. I would have beat his ass right there in line.
Well, we know you would have, Jay.
Well, yeah. No,
Wow, that's
terrible.
I'm cringing just thinking about it. Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah.
All right, Jay, what's your pick or pan for the week?
Oh, yeah, my pick is actually the iPhone 7. So I'm actually excited about it, and the shit on
Man, I'm such a dick.
on
No,
iPhone
you're not.
10.
You have your own
No.
opinions.
Let him go on, Parker.
Yeah. No. See, I've actually got to listen to some headphones that go through the lightning port, and they do sound, I think, better. So, I mean, there are, those earbud things. I honestly I'm dreading the calls that come to me. Well, I fucking lost these. Are you guys going to replace them? No, because you're retarded. So,
and like what, $140?
How much?
$159.
How much does the adapter stick out? Like
The adapter for the 3.5 millimeter ones?
Yeah.
It's about 1.5 inches long.
Oh damn!
It doesn't stick out. It's like
An
a
inch.
little mini cable.
Oh, is it a cable or is it a?
It plugs.
It plugs into your lightning port, and then your
It just looks like
3.5 millimeter jack
cable
goes right into it.
Okay, that I can do. I thought it was literally like a dongle, and I was just like, man, because I was like, man, this is gonna cause me to like bend the hell out of the headphone jack, and like it was gonna fuck it up. But that I can do.
No, it's not like that.
Okay, that makes me feel a little bit better. But yeah, so.
Didn't you watch the conference?
No, I was having a horrible day Wednesday. I told you, Wi-Fi. That should have been my pan for the week. Is fucking Wi-Fi.
I got paid to watch it, so it's okay for me.
Well, there you go. So, I think I sent in the email that we do picks and pans. Josh, do you have a pick or pan for the week?
I have. Yes, I do. I just found one right now. It's a pick. Yeah, I don't read emails either. I got a pick, and it's the fact that the U.S. is going to be getting a limited release of Japan's new Godzilla movie, Shin Godzilla or Godzilla Resurgence, next month.
I saw that.
Oh baby.
So I'm really looking forward to that. Godzilla looks fucking amazing, zombie-like, and I just can't wait to see the king of monsters back on the big screen.
Yep.
Well, that's cool, but I kind of thought maybe you would pick that we had you on the show. But whatever. Godzilla.
That's
Really?
Dude.
Well, that's obvious.
But is that a pick or a
That's
pan?
obvious.
Dumbest boy in school.
Yeah,
And his pan is me and Cy.
I would second that.
Third.
Hey, come on.
That's our show for the week, ladies and gentlemen. As you can find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Epically Geeky. You can also go to the site epicallygeeky.com. Wherever you listen to the show, whether it be iTunes, Stitcher, or Google Play, if you would please give us a 5-star rating. There's also a place there to leave a review. No one reads that but me. So instead, list any of the geeky aspirations you might have. Are there some of the things that we listed tonight that sound interesting to you? Is there something we didn't say that you're like, wow, that's something I'd really like to get into? Leave that in the review section because I'd love to read it. Where can we find you on the internet, Cyrus Martin?
Just look me up at either videogamevirus.com or on YouTube. Just look for Cyrus Martin. you'll find me and everything about me, including stuff that I don't really like, but you'll find me on YouTube. So anyone that hates me or has problems with anything I had to say, there's plenty more people with your same mentality available.
Oh, thank goodness. Okay.
Yes, there's a whole community.
There's a whole community around hating side.
Yeah, pretty much.
Interesting.
So I will have friends one day.
Laney's like
One day.
writing this down.
Yep.
Writing down.
Where do I
Thinking
sign up for an
nuts.
account? Laney, where do we find you on the internet?
You can find me on Twitter and on Instagram at It's a Laney Bird.
Parker, I know we can't find you online
You can't
anywhere.
find him. He's a ghost.
Like,
Chris-
crazy, guys.
Chris, where can we find you online?
On Instagram at Lake Life Mama.
Ray, where can we find you online?
So on Instagram, you can find me Lake Life Artist, and then on Facebook, look for Raymond Andrew, and I'm one of the artists on there.
Good deal. Jay, where can we find you online?
Epically JRed on Twitter, 1JRed on Instagram, and Big Thick J on Tumblr.
Nice. Very nice.
Love it.
Josh, where can we find you online?
Well, you can always find me on Twitter at RealNerdWord. I'm on there constantly, and you can check out my YouTube channel, NerdWord, on, well, yeah, YouTube. Yeah, go figure. It's actually, I have it on a bit of a hiatus right now for personal issues, but you guys can definitely check me out on Twitter at RealNerdWord.
And you
Definitely.
said you do a podcast as well?
Yeah, I do a weekly anime podcast called Otaku Corner. It's on iTunes currently and
Okay,
Stitcher.
cool. Very cool. Just from one podcaster to another, go ahead and submit it to Google Play because it will take months for it to finally show up there. I don't know what the hell their problem is, but it takes months for it to happen because it took forever for us to get on there. So, and then of course you can find me, find my wacky adventures online at Optimus Gene on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. For everyone on the site, have a good night.